A very good morning to all of you. I'd like to first of all start with my pranams to Professor Rajiv Sangal. I'm very, very happy to be part of this celebration function. I think it's a great privilege for me to be here to be sharing some of my experiences with you. So I'm not here to give any views, but I'm here more to share my experience that I've had with Professor Sangal. Um, I think this celebration is a very apt thing that's happening here. No? So we say this in Sanskrit, right? Swagrihe pujite murkaha, swagrame pujite prabhu, swadeshe pujite raja, vidwan sarvatra pujyate. So I think this vidwan sarvatra pujyate is what is happening here now. And I'm sure on the entire country is celebrating and all his students and acquaintances over the world are also watching this function, and we are all really very happy be part of this celebration. I'd just like to share a little bit about my experiences with Professor Sangal before I move on to the FDP part. Actually, I was introduced to Professor Sangal by my PhD supervisor, my guide, Professor Ashok Junjunwala, and they were all, I mean, Professor Junjunwala and then Rajiv Sangal are all part of this. We're all part of the PPST group, so we're all very close friends. And so I was introduced to him only during that time, during my PhD. And I was interested in Sanskrit and Indian tradition. And so, in fact, my PhD also had a little bit of traditional values, use of tradition for computing. So when we were working on that, when he introduced me to Professor Sangal, then he asked me after, Professor Junjunwala asked me, he said, if I had introduced you earlier to Professor Sangal, you would have gone to him for PhD, right? I said, yes, I would definitely have gone to Professor Sangal to do my PhD. So that was I think it's a missed opportunity in that sense, but it was. And later, once I started working in Anna University, I also collaborated with Professor Sangal on working on NLP related work. So in fact, I would have loved to be in Hyderabad, both yesterday and today, but unfortunately, I have some commitments, so I was not able to do that. So having said that, yeah. So coming to the induction program and the FDPs for the induction program, my introduction to Jivan Vidya again came only from Professor Sangal. So actually, I was in 2007 or so. I had come to IIIT for a conference, NLP conference. And so at that time, Professor Sangal told me, look, we have started a very interesting experiment. I wanted to take a look at it. I wanted to talk to some students who are part of this experiment. So that's when I got to talk to some students about Jivan Vidya, and I found it very interesting. And then I said, yeah, so he also told me you should take it to Anna University. You have to take it to all the colleges. But that didn't happen for a long time. Since around 2011, he called me during one summer, June sometime, and he said, there is a program, a Jivan Vidya workshop that's happening for a week this month. I want you to definitely come for it. So I said yes, and immediately I came for that. And I think that was basically the beginning of all this, my involvement in all the FDPs and so on. So when I came for the program, I was definitely, taken in by it. I was become part of the Jivan Vidya group as such. And so then this talk about how to take it to Anna University and to other colleges also came about. So I went back to my university and we spoke to the vice chancellor at that time. It was appreciated. In fact, we wanted to have Professor Sangal over and we wanted to plan how to bring it as part of the curriculum. But somehow we were not able to make that happen. It was some reason or the other. Though, of course, we were doing a few workshops here and there. It was really not happening fully the way it was to happen. And then I think it was in 2017, after it was brought in with the help of AICTE and the induction program as such, the idea was brought in. Again, we had another faculty development workshop where I was able to bring a few more people from Anna University. And from 2017 onwards, 18 and 19, so when it was decided that across the country, in every state, there would be state coordinators who would help to conduct the FDP for the student induction program, where the human values will be the major part, will be the central part of the entire. So then, from 2018 onwards, a number of FDPs have been conducted in the country. I mean, it is phenomenal if you look at the kind of things that have happened from 2017 onwards. So 2000, I can speak for our state, Tamil Nadu. So what we planned was from 2018 onwards, from the summer of 2018 to almost 2020. That is until our COVID came and kind of stopped a lot of things for us. Doing it physically was stopped, but of course we went online. But the physical workshops that we were able to conduct. So we identified different regions in the state, and we conducted a number of workshops, what we call as the level 0 and the level 1 workshops. So which were like 3-day workshops and then the 7-day workshops. And we had, and then, so one of the things that the challenges we faced at that time was, the resource persons, availability of resource persons. So we had a lot of support across the country. So various people who were part of Jivan Vidya, and Prof. Sangal connected us to a number of people who had already gone through Jivan Vidya and were, in and around Tamil Nadu. So we had Anusha and Tirumalai, we had Uddhav, and then we had Uma from Swayam. They were all people who were very actively involved in Jivan Vidya, who came as resource persons and trained us and trained our team. And with them and with our team, we were able to conduct a number of workshops. So in fact, something I think close to about 3,000 faculty, 2,000 faculty would have been trained physically during that period. So which was really very and what is interesting is that that the kind of the faculty development programs that we could do, it brought such a good connect, not only for not I mean, in the sense that it was like a great connect between faculty and across departments. That itself was one of the major things that we found, and across institutes. There's a lot of collaboration actually started happening, both with respect to human values and also with respect to other activities. So it definitely paved the way for the whole thing. And with that training, every institute were able to do this induction program with the UHV components so well. And we got the reports from all these colleges for almost 2-3 years continuously. And it was done physically. And of course, after that, we've been doing it online. So we've also been getting the online reports. And now, of course, again, everything is started. So we find that it's a great connect that has happened between faculty and students. And speaking for my institute, where I'm seeing the way the students are taking to something like this. Of course, we know that there is a lot more to be done, in the sense that right now it is part of the curriculum, in the sense that the induction program definitely is there at the beginning. A more number of UHV courses are also planned to be introduced, but we are still in the process of doing those things. But across the country, so whatever I'm saying for Tamil Nadu is the same thing that I think has happened for every single state. So, so this major transformation of being able to, really bring it to that level, I think has been possible because of Professor Sangal. I think his dedication to it and his commitment to it, that's really unbelievable. And for every single workshop that we conducted, Professor Sangal was present online or connected to us, and he was the one who gave the original introduction and motivated everybody to take it forward. So I think that the kind of commitment that I have seen with Professor Sangal on all these matters is something that really we all have to we all really appreciate. We all have to learn from. So that's very interesting. Yeah. So I thank you very much. I really do not. I think it's basically that that inclusivity that is brought in because of the of this idea of the Jivan Vidya and the induction program, that everybody feels included, and that I think is something that that definitely is a major change. And if we are able to take this forward, I think definitely our society will definitely and many of the concerns that have been expressed by the previous speakers also, I think can definitely be handled through a program like the induction program and the universal human values. Thank you all for giving me this opportunity. And Professor Sangal, as Professor Sastravati pointed out, I don't think there's any retirement as such for you. And I've always been inspired by you, especially your administrative style. Somehow one always has this feeling that if you're an administrator, you have to be a very authoritative and a very kind of a person. that one could be actually very, very calm and, and silently do things. So something that we've really learned from. And thank you so much for everything, for all the options. It's been a guide for me on many of my, academic matters also. So thank you so much, sir. And I wish you all the very best. Thank you so much. Thanks all of you for the